Hey, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Here's a quick look at the coverage area of our neighborhoods and the stories within this hour on Chris 6 Sunrise.
Synergy Entertainment wants to bring family fun to the south side, but they have a big ask for city council. We'll take a look at its proposal coming up.
And do you know what to do if your car stalls on the highway? Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter Michaela Chavez spoke with Texas DPS to find out exactly what you should do.
Over in Sinton, it's been about a month since fires devastated the community. Neighborhood News reporter Victoria Balderrama spoke to neighbors who were in the process of rebuilding.
And we're giving a live look from our SPID Skycam. Oh, looks pretty clear right now, but traffic is picking up. We're going to be checking with the rest of the roads plus the weather with our master meteorologist, Stephanie Lauber, in just a little bit. 6:01 is your time, Tuesday, April 15th, tax day, and your Chris 6 Sunrise starts right now.
Good morning, folks. Thanks for being here. Welcome to Chris 6 News Sunrise, and thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. Hey, what a great week it's turned out to be so far, and it is not quite done yet. We're going to be bringing in Master Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. Hey, good morning, Steph. How you doing?
Good morning. We're doing all right. We are feeling that air you can remove step out the door. We are definitely feeling a bit more of that poofiness in the hair, that tacky feeling when you step out the door, and you might need to run the defroster as you get into the car this morning. So we'll get a check on how traffic is doing coming in from the island. Not seeing any trouble along the JFK Causeway on into the Bluff. If you're heading to NAS Corpus Christi this morning, speeds here been up around 30 miles per hour. This stretch of SPID is looking pretty good, as is the rest of the Bluff. Not seeing that usual activity picking up on Walter Road just yet. So pretty smooth ride to start the morning. Coming into town now from the south side up to the Bay Area, no delays. SPID is looking good as you approach the Crosstown Expressway, and for that interchange of the Crosstown Expressway, 237, we're doing okay too. No slowdowns to report at this time. For those of you making the trek over the Harbor Bridge, 181 is looking like a smooth ride so far. So we're not seeing any complaints there either. Drive time is looking pretty typical for this time of the morning. It'll take you about 24 minutes to get into downtown from the island, 11 minutes over the Harbor Bridge between Portland and downtown Corpus Christi. And for our neighbors coming into downtown from Cal Island, your ride time looking to be about 15 minutes. So as you head out this morning, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. That's a look at your traffic report. I'll be back with a check of your weather on the 6s ahead.
Thank you so much, Steph. Happening today, the Corpus Christi City Council is expected to vote on an incentive agreement that would make a multi-million-dollar family entertainment center a possibility for the city's south side. So Synergy Entertainment, known for combining arcades, movies, and bowling, is proposing a 90,000 square foot complex near Ron Field and SPID. The company is asking for up to $4 million in tax reimbursements over 15 years to help cover infrastructure costs. The money would come from a portion, of the new sales and property taxes generated by the development. If approved, construction would begin with a completion date set for 2028.
In Taft, City Council voted to terminate Police Chief John Landreth on Friday, but we're learning he's not the only officer stepping away. Sergeant J.P. Easley submitted his resignation on Friday as well, and Easley told 6 Investigates that the vote against Landreth was disheartening, but wanted to assure neighbors he would continue to serve them as constable for San Patricio County's 8th Precinct. Mayor Pro Tem Elita Castillo was the only council member to vote against terminating the police chief. She spoke on Facebook about the decision.
My statement was, there's nothing for me to change on there. There's nothing for me to say is a mistruth.
Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam reached out to the city manager, Ryan Smith, to see who's currently leading the police department. Now that its 2 key officers are gone, Smith has yet to respond. But Neighborhood News reporter Adam Beam also recorded the entire discussion that led to the firing of the police chief. To view that video, just scan the QR code on your screen, or you can also find the video on our Chris 6 YouTube site.
Well, a Corpus Christi man says that he's shaken up after he was involved in a hit-and-run crash over the weekend. So that hit-and-run incident on Saturday night also involved a horse-drawn carriage. Neighbor News reporter Alexis Scott spoke with Jared Medina. He and his girlfriend were driving along North Shoreline when another driver crashed right into the back of their vehicle. That driver then spun around and crashed into the horse-drawn carriage, causing it to flip over. That driver then sped off. The impact of the crash left the driver's bumper at the scene and Medina's vehicle damaged.
People make mistakes, right? We've all made mistakes here and there. But to be honest, the fact that he didn't even care to stop and check on everybody, that's what to me makes it really, really messed up. So.
And Chris 6 News has reached out to the carriage company, Corpus Christi Carriages, to see how the driver and the horse are doing. So the company tells us that both are fine and were not hurt.
Corpus Christi RTA will be offering a dedicated viewing area at the Buck Days Night Parade for neighbors with disabilities and their families. Now, the area will be marked along Leopard Street sidewalk near CCRTA Staple Street Center. Wristbands are required for access. Availability in viewing space is limited. Neighbors with disabilities can reserve up to 6 wristbands by calling CCRTA customer service at 361-883-2287. Wristbands must be picked up by 3 p.m. on Friday, April 25th. And folks, if you want to stay home and watch the parade, we have you covered. Brian and I will be hosting the Stadium Show and Night Parade right here on Chris 6 and ChrisTV.com.
Hey there, good morning. We are feeling that air you can wear feeling when you step up and out the door. I think that is more apparent today because the winds are rather still. That lets all those droplets settle around you, and yeah, definitely feeling like a sultry, almost summer-like kind of morning. But as we go through today, we are going to see those temperatures warm, coming in just a little bit cooler, and all has to do with what our wind is going to be up to today. So a lot to get into. Let's start with what you're feeling when you head up and out the door. Temperatures ranging from 60 degrees in Beeville to 72 in Port A. We're definitely feeling a bit of a springtime conundrum here. That humidity super apparent because our winds are light and variable across the area. Plenty of cloud coverage out there, especially over Corpus Christi and Kingsville, where we have the cloudiest conditions. But visibility on the whole, not doing too bad, except for those who are trying to drive through Beeville. We're down to 2 miles of visibility to start off our morning there. But Muggy Meter has a lot to say. We are going to be feeling that humidity throughout the week, and it's going to be on the rise. By the time we head on into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dew point temperatures in the 70s. We've been talking a lot about dew point temperatures because they really help us understand how much water is in the air around us. And I know it's something you can immediately feel when you step out the door today. You may even need to run the defroster in your vehicle before you hit the road, so give yourself a few extra minutes. But into this afternoon, we will still have a wind direction that brings us plenty of humidity. However, it's more of an east wind that'll start to pick up for the late morning hours. We're off to a bit of a late start today because we are going to have a very weak front moving through the area. Our future tracker thinks that could squeeze out a quick sprinkle. I think more of that is some of the mist and haze that we're feeling in the area right now. But yeah, the clouds sticking around will warm up to around 80 degrees by the time we head on into the lunch hour. And for the second half of the day, lots of sunshine with a couple of clouds sprinkled in, but we're going to be feeling warm despite being about 2-3 degrees cooler, depending on where you are. It's that east wind that's setting up. So thankfully, because we have humidity on the rise, fire danger, not a huge concern. It's still a 2 out of 5, not a 0 out of 5, so it's something we'll keep an eye on here. But yeah, we definitely need some rainfall in the mix, and thankfully rain chances aren't completely gone from the forecast, but I knew yesterday's outlook was a little too good to be true. I told you that time would be moving a little bit, and it looks like those rain chances will be spread throughout Sunday, looking like a lesser opportunity for rainfall. But as long as we can get some rain in the watershed, we need to wipe some color off of this drought map. We'll talk about what that's looking like for the rest of South Texas and our drought chances coming up.
Thank you, Steph. Coming up on Sunrise, we'll visit with Scripps News Group Joe St. George. He has the latest on Kilmar Abrego Garcia's case and why the president of El Salvador says they won't return him. Welcome back, everyone. So President Donald Trump and El Salvador's president held a meeting in the Oval Office on Monday. They both made it clear that Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was wrongly deported to El Salvador and is being held in a prison, won't be brought back to the United States.
We have Scripps News Group Deputy Political Director Joe St. George joining us live this morning. Good morning, Joe. So did El Salvador's president say why he won't return Garcia, and what are the chances of him making it back home?
The chances have declined dramatically over the course of the last 24 hours. Doesn't mean it'll never happen, but the chances of this happening imminently have declined dramatically. There's been a change in tone. Brian used the word wrongfully deported to El Salvador, and that's based on a couple things. One, a Justice Department lawyer previously said that there was an administrative error that ultimately resulted in Mr. Garcia being deported to El Salvador. Previously, there was a court order in 2019 that was still standing that prohibited Mr. Garcia's deportation to El Salvador over fear of possible retribution by local gangs. So that's why when you're scrolling social media and you hear the phrase wrongfully or unlawfully, that's what that's rooted in. Well, in the last 20 hours or so, the Trump administration has taken a 180 on this and said, Stephen Miller, who's one of President Trump's top immigration advisors, has said, no, he wasn't wrongfully deported, that this is an individual from El Salvador descent. He's back in El Salvador. He came into the U.S. Illegally. So that's the view of Stephen Miller. President Trump essentially said in the Oval Office that they have no obligation to go in and get Mr. Garcia from El Salvador and bring him back to the United States. There's a lot of concern, though, emerging in the immigration world about this process. Well, if this holds true, can President Trump then send anyone he wants to El Salvador? Clearly, El Salvador's president and President Trump are close. They met in the Oval Office yesterday. The president of El Salvador said essentially he'll listen to the Trump administration. No plans of sending Mr. Garcia back to the U.S. If you're wondering, well, what about the Supreme Court? Didn't they say something here? Yes, they did. Their order was nuanced, though, and the way the Trump administration is interpreting it is that if Mr. Garcia shows up, let's say at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport from an international flight, they would let him into the United States, but the Supreme Court order didn't mean they need to send the Marines to El Salvador to retrieve Mr. Garcia. So that's where things are right now with this case, which is getting a lot of eyeballs. Members of Congress are calling for inquiries. A number of members of Congress are vowing to travel to El Salvador themselves just to make sure that Mr. Garcia, who was living in Maryland for nearly 15 years, is okay. Immigration is such a huge issue, border such a huge issue in Texas. I do want to pass along one other development related to immigration overnight, guys. You may recall the Biden administration created a program to provide humanitarian parole protection to around 500,000 or so Haitians, individuals from Nicaragua, Cuba, and Venezuela. Mainly that program was created by former President Biden to prevent individuals from those countries showing up at ports of entries along Texas' southern border. It was a sizable population. President Biden created the program. President Trump, a few weeks back, announced he wants that program ended. He wants those individuals deported. Overnight, a federal district judge that ordered President Trump can't deport those individuals, at least right now. So a blow for the Trump administration on that front. We'll continue to follow all of it, guys. It obviously seems to change hour by hour.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your time today, Joe.
Yeah, you got a lot on your plate, especially with the administration defying some court orders. We really look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
Good to
Hey there, happy Tuesday. We are looking at a warm air you can wear start to the day, and that is the easy way to phrase it. We are looking at a lot of things happening right now, all in tandem, even though it's a pretty tranquil morning. So let's have a look at those temperatures in your neighborhood and show you what you're walking out the door to. Aside from humidity, you probably heard me say that quite a bit this morning. We're looking at temperatures ranging from 60 degrees in Beeville, the cool spot where we actually are seeing some of that haziness out there, to 72 degrees in Port Aransas this morning. That is the warmest spot. Everyone else speckled in between there. But our winds, usually that's been a good marker to help us understand what's going on in the forecast this morning. Oh, tight-lipped. We are seeing light variable winds across the coastal bend, but those will begin to pick up and we'll see more of an east flow. There is a very weak cold front that is going to be moving through the coastal bend, and that is going to keep our winds kind of in limbo, but by the late morning hours, that does pick up. We'll have more of an east wind today, and I'll tell you how that's going to change how we experience an afternoon here in a moment. But you can still expect the same windy period of time this afternoon for the ride home, say from about 4 to 6 p.m. Wind gusts around 25 miles per hour, not out of the question, and those winds will eventually dial back as we head through the overnight. But this is something we normally see during the month of April. It's our windiest month of the year on average here in Corpus Christi, and it's by quite a bit. So our sustained winds, they're usually around 14, 15 miles per hour, and that means gusts to around 25 miles per hour, not out of the question. But our wind direction plays a really big role in what we see. So here's the latest analysis as of where that front is. It is falling apart and not a very strong one, not going to make huge impacts of what we see in the forecast today other than changing our wind direction a little bit. Some models hinting at quick little showers. I think more than anything, that's just humidity. But during the late morning hours, that's where we'll notice more of this east wind starting to set up and remaining through the afternoon, the early evening hours. But notice that slight tilt, more of an east-southeast wind direction. We keep that going into the overnight, and by Wednesday, start to see more of a southeast wind direction. Again, models trying to hint at some early showers tomorrow morning. I'm not really biting on that, but if you're along the coast and you see some moisture, some drizzles and misties, I definitely wouldn't put that behind us because we are seeing a very humid setup for us as we go through the next couple of days. In fact, muggy meter off the charts. So for today, here's what you need to know. Temperatures will still be on the climb today, but we're going to find a high temperature that tops out just a few degrees cooler across many neighborhoods. But what is to come for the weekend, and what about those rain chances we were tracking? I'll bring you the full breakdown in your next Weather on the 6s.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
The bond between humans and dogs is undeniable. And over the years, if you've followed my Veterans in Focus stories, you've seen that connection firsthand. From Hope Torres, a loyal service dog credited for saving a veteran's life, to Crowley Dickerson, a pit bull who's captured the hearts of thousands online. These stories show the power of companionship, and now an Army veteran in Portland is on a mission to give more vets that same life-changing bond.
Being a disabled veteran myself, I've talked to other disabled veterans, and a lot of them need that kind of companionship for them. They just can't afford it because a service dog on average costs anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000.
Now, folks, make sure you join us tonight at 6 o'clock for this week's Veterans in Focus to see how Vasquez is expanding his mission to train service dogs, making healing and hope more accessible to those who served.
Hey there, getting ready to hit the roadways? Well, we've got you covered with this view from the First Community Bank camera. It's atop the Lexington, and I think as we go through the later part of this week, we like to call this the shaky, shaky camera. I think it's going to be living up to its name for at least the second half of this work week. But for right now, cloudy skies, cars moving smoothly over the Harbor Bridge. So what does this mean for your ride out the door? We'll start on the other side of the bay now. 361 Park Road 22 and the JFK Causeway, all looking like a smooth ride on into the bluff, where the approach to NAS Corpus Christi has speeds up around 30 miles per hour. This stretch of SPID looks pretty good, as does the rest of the bluff. Pretty quiet on Waldron Road today, so that's nice for drivers who usually cut through that way. From the south side up to the Bay Area, no problems to report. And even as you head up the crosstown interchange to 37, the slow part is on 37. No slowdowns on the crosstown part of that interchange just yet, but it might be a good idea to give yourself some extra time. They're probably coming soon. The ride over 181 is also a smooth one, so as you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. That's a look at your traffic report. Your forecast is ahead.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Hey there, happy Tuesday to you. A view from the CCAC camera out at Snoopy shows it is a cloudy start, and if you can see beyond that brightly glowing light right there in the center of your screen, well, there's a little bit of a glowiness there and a few cars heading up and over the JFK Causeway. So that should tell you humidity and a pretty smooth ride out this way. But what about another typical commute this morning? The ride along SPID looking to be like one where we're starting to see the action pick up. Cars heading up and at 'em. It is the witching hour as we approach the 6:30 time frame here. So if you're getting ready to join these busy bees, here's what you need to know before you go. We're looking at weather that is feeling more like summer out there. Very humid conditions as our temperatures range from a cool 60 degrees in Beeville to a warmer 71 in Port A and out in the bluff at NAS Corpus Christi. The winds are a little bit all over the place. We have generally light and variable winds because there's a weak front that is going to be passing through the coastal bend here throughout the next couple of hours. And while we really don't expect much from that, we are seeing the haziness out in Beeville drop visibilities to 3 miles. Everybody else doing okay this morning. But it's what will happen this afternoon that really will impact the rest of your day. Obviously, the bulk of the afternoon is probably the part you'll experience the most. So as we warm up to those lower 80s today, we'll come in just a few degrees cooler, but it's the wind direction that plays the biggest role in what we see today. Once our winds get going and actually pick up, they'll be coming from the east primarily today. So not quite that usual onshore southeast wind. East means we can shave off a little bit of that southerly influence, not quite as warm, but again, we're talking just a handful of degrees at that. But we are still going to be feeling warm because that humidity is on the up and up. Remember, what's east of us? A big body of water, the Gulf, and that's going to keep our humidity on the rise as we head through the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday looking to be like the most humid days of the next 7, and that is where we get a little bit of relief. So our fire danger not looking as problematic as we move through the next couple of days because a 2 out of 5 moderate fire danger is owed to the fact that our humidity is really coming back strong. Even though we're looking at a windy end to the week, that is going to be in our favor when it comes to the fire danger. But remember, a 2 out of 5 is not a 0 out of 5, so we still need to be careful with those outdoor activities if you can bear to be outside by more than just a little while because of this humidity. Now, something we've been watching very carefully, rain chances. Yesterday looked like a great opportunity for rain on Easter Sunday. I told you not to put all your Easter eggs in one basket because I thought that timing would change. Well, now it looks like the showers will be lesser in volume but more spread out as we go through that Sunday time frame, perhaps lingering into Monday. It's still a couple of days out, so we're still going to keep monitoring what's going on. But more importantly, I think we could get some good rain within the watershed. We need to wipe some color off the drought monitor map. So hopefully by the time we head into next Thursday, not this week, next Thursday, we could see a little less red on this map. But how's it looking over the next 7 days for our neighbors in Rockport or in Kingsville? Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Showers are going to be more likely in those more northern and coastal neighborhoods for Sunday's time frame. Again, we'll keep an eye on the rain chances, but everyone can expect a very windy half of the work week ahead.
The Trump administration has hit dozens of countries with new tariffs, but none more than China. Coming up on Sunrise, we'll take a look at the escalating trade war between the U.S. and China.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hello, Chris 6 Sunrise team. We're the Purple Door in the Central neighborhood, and we want to wish our neighbors across the coastal bend a great morning and a great day.
Hey, good morning to our neighbors at the Purple Door. We also hope you guys have a great day over there. And folks, you can send us your own shout out video too. If you want to do so, scan the QR code you see right there on your screen or head to our website, christv.com.
Well, the U.S. is in the middle of an escalating trade war with China. That shows few signs of slowing down. Despite past efforts to decouple from China's economy, the U.S. relies on China as a top source for cheap goods. Scripps News Group national correspondent Dan Grossman examines how we got here and the potential impact of tariff uncertainty.
In a tariff game of who will blink first, President Donald Trump is posturing that his gaze will be the strongest.
We're going to have one shot at this, and no other president's going to do this, what I'm doing.
The White House has hit dozens of countries with new tariffs, but none more than China, as the president has consistently smacked on new ones that now total over 100%. It shows the U.S.'s complicated and robust trading history with the world's second most populous country.
Hundreds of billions of dollars a year they'd make on us on trade, and it shouldn't be that way.
As of 2023, China was the cheapest source for 29% of products brought into the U.S., including footwear, metals, textiles, and electrical equipment.
We got reliant on cheap product. That's exactly what happened in the United States.
Kimberly Reuter is a supply chain expert. She says America's reliance on China for cheaper labor and manufacturing dates back to the recession years of the 1970s.
We have to remember that China has been at this for 60 years. They have been laser focused on becoming the biggest manufacturer in the world.
As of last year, China-based sellers represented nearly half of the top 10,000 sellers on Amazon in the U.S., according to the e-commerce intelligence firm Marketplace Pulse. The academic research paper, The China Shock, also outlines the surge, explaining that the U.S.'s reliance on China has been a mixed bag.
It's really kind of a two sides of the coin issue, and both are true at the same time.
Liz Pancotti is a trade expert and managing director with the organization Groundwork Collaborative. She says the shift hurt domestic manufacturing workers and communities, but also lowered prices for many Americans.
Especially for consumer goods like electronics, toys, and apparel. This has some benefits for lower income households who spend a higher portion of their income on these goods.
This all begs the question, can the president's tariff strategy unwind U.S. dependence on China for cheaper goods?
If I'm a manufacturer deciding to build a plant here in the U.S. to onshore manufacturing, I'm wondering, okay, this is a massive, these are billion-dollar investments. I'm wondering, is this policy going to be in place long enough for it to pencil out in the long run, not just for the next week or two while Trump tries to make up his mind?
On Trump's Liberation Day on April 2nd, the president said jobs and factories will come roaring back to our country, saying it's happening already. Some experts say it will take years to see the benefits. Dan Grossman, Scripps News Group.
Hey there, good morning to you. Time to check out your weather planner for today. In Corpus Christi, we're looking at conditions that are going to feel very sultry, very humid, and you'll probably notice that more because our winds are going to be a bit calm for the start of the morning. But by mid to late morning, they do pick up and take on this easterly direction. So the east direction, as opposed to the east-southeast or south-southeast direction we've had for the past couple of days, we'll shave off a few degrees from today's afternoon high temperature, but thanks to that strong humidity, you are going to be feeling it throughout the afternoon. So Muggy Meter shows this is a trend that continues into the end of the week and even the weekend. Very humid conditions lasting from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we're hoping that we could actually put all of this moisture to good use, right? Yesterday I told you not to put all your Easter eggs in one basket with those incredible rain chances for Sunday. Well, yeah, now that is looking less likely, but more spread out from Sunday into Monday. So we'll keep a very close eye on what to expect. We need to wipe some color off of the drought monitor, but I do think either way, we'll get some decent rain up in the hill country and in the watershed. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Temperatures stay warm with humidity and wind on the rise.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Welcome back. We are just getting in a gorgeous view. I believe this is from the tower cam right at the Chris 6 station. Looking at downtown Corpus Christi, you got that bay in the rear view. Man, we live in such a gorgeous place. All right, 6:40 is your time. 66 degrees out. We're going to be checking in with master meteorologist Stephanie Lauber in just a little bit. But first, on to some neighborhood news.
A quiet night in downtown Corpus Christi over the weekend was disrupted by a crash involving a horse-drawn carriage and a driver who didn't stick around. I'm Alexis Scott, your downtown neighborhood news reporter, speaking with a man who says that crash left him shaken. A night out with his girlfriend for Jarrett Medina started with their favorite meal, but both were in for a surprise.
And then out of nowhere, we just the car just shook up. We got it from the back.
Corpus Christi police investigated the crash Saturday, just feet from the bay along North Shoreline Boulevard. This dash cam footage, recorded by a Chris 6 News viewer, shows a car speeding near Medina's maroon Challenger seconds before impact.
At first, he tail whipped like the back of my car. Whenever he was speeding off, he crashed into my car again on my right door. It was on my girlfriend's side, so she took most of the force.
Also sharing the road, a horse-drawn carriage. The video shows a driver swerving the vehicle before colliding with the carriage, and the carriage flipping upside down with a horse attached. Photos go on to show the driver of that carriage falling out. As you can see, the car's bumper falls to the ground, and the driver leaves the scene. But the worst thing for Medina...
People make mistakes, right? We've all made mistakes here and there. But to be honest, the fact that he didn't even care to stop and check on everybody, that's what to me makes it really really messed up.
Chris 6 News reached out to the owner of the carriage company, Corpus Christi Carriages, to talk with its driver. The company declined our request, but told us she and the horse are fine. As for Medina, he's not okay with this kind of thing happening.
There's a lot of people on the road. There's a lot of people that you're putting in danger when you drive that way.
I asked Corpus Christi police how crashes like this influence the department's crackdown on reckless driving and speeding along North Shoreline. The department says none of it will be tolerated. In downtown Corpus Christi, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Alexis Scott, Chris 6 News.
It's been over a month since fires devastated this community. Those affected are now focused on rebuilding, but many of them tell me it's not easy.
Last time you were here, it was a lot different view of the house on the inside. You could, we didn't have any walls up.
The last time I was at Clemente Sanchez's house was on March 10th, when he showed me the damage inside his house. He also told me someone had stolen his tools just as he started to rebuild.
I still get a little depressed when I come into my neighborhood, but I'm seeing that, we are making a lot of progress on our house.
Like many other neighbors affected by the fires, Clemente did not have insurance. Despite those challenges, there is help for everyone.
The little extra money does help us a lot. Again, we had no insurance. So what they're doing and helping me is just unbelievable.
As we previously reported, United Way of the Coastal Bend collected $400,000 with the help of Steel Dynamics Industry.
There is a committee in Sinton that is sending a questionnaire to all of the residents affected by these fires. And once they get that, we call it a needs assessment. Once they get that, then we'll be able to determine how we're going to distribute the money.
And there's more resources out there for fire victims.
But they have until May 19th.
The United States Small Business Administration provides direct funded low interest rate loans to homeowners, renters, and businesses affected by disaster. They work with victims to make the loan affordable.
Out of the 25 homes, we've already had 15 applications processed, 5 of which have already been approved for $1.1 million in total.
The U.S. Small Business Administration will be at the San Patricio County Fairgrounds until April 16th. To learn how you can apply, just go to our website. That's kristv.com. In Sinton, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Victoria Valderrama for Chris 6 News.
Howdy and happy Taco Tuesday to you. We are looking at a very humid, a very sultry, and almost a summer-like kind of start to the day here. In fact, as you head out the door, you might want to give yourself a few minutes to run the defroster in your vehicle because it is an area you can wear kind of morning. Here's a look at how temperatures are shaping up in your neck of the woods. We got a bit of a range county to county. 66 in Robstown and CCIA, 69 degrees in Ingleside, 70s along the coast. In our northern counties, we're looking at 69 now for Rockport and Refugio, 66 degrees in Goliad, and the cool spot 59 in Beeville. Inland neighbors are looking at a start in those low to middle 60s, the warm spot being freer at 66, but the cool spot's not far off, 63 in Tilden and San Diego. And heading south, Kings are reporting a temperature of 71 degrees, matching what we're getting out of Padre Island National Seashore. So the change in humidity, it's subtle, but you probably feel it because the winds are still. It lets all that moisture sit in the air around us, but we're on the rise here, and you'll notice more clouds too. Take a look at the Corpus Christi Bayfront right now from that downtown studio sky cam. We are noticing more of those clouds out there, and it is feeling very, very, very sultry out there. Looks like we may even have a little shower out over the Bayfront. Yeah, a little front moving nearby, causing things to be a little different this morning. But all in all, we are waiting for better rain chances, hopefully, this weekend. Monkey Meter shows our humidity is going to be on the rise through the end of the week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going to be the most humid of the week. And hopefully, as I mentioned, we could do something with that moisture. But I think for the most part, we'll be staying dry throughout today. So if you're taking your four-legged friend for a walk, maybe along the Bayfront, Asher, our dog walking forecast star here, will just need to take a couple breaks to make sure we're staying hydrated out there, because as temperatures will be just a hair cooler this afternoon, we're shaving off about 2 to 3 degrees. We'll still be near 80 degrees by lunchtime with those east winds picking up around 10 to 15 miles per hour to bring us more moisture. So Here's what we're looking at. Heading into the weekend, rain chances from Sunday into Monday. Remember yesterday, this was a bar graph going into widely scattered. We were looking at very promising rain chances on Sunday, and I told you not to put all your Easter eggs in one basket. That's why the system that is going to be bringing us this opportunity for rain still not settled yet. So one thing I feel better about is wiping some of the color off of this drought monitor index map in the watershed, not for this Thursday, but the following Thursday. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. But I do think there's an opportunity for rain on Easter Sunday, possibly carrying over into Monday, but we'll keep a very careful eye on that part of the forecast. Until then, increasing humidity and wind.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, the 6 things you need to know before you go. It's April 15th, so that means it is tax day. And if you can't file your taxes with the federal government by today, you can request a 6-month extension to file. To do that, you still got to fill out that 4868 application by today and pay any owed taxes by today to avoid any penalties. Here's another tip, though. That can be extended as well, but that also has to be filed today. You can find more information about that on irs.gov. And CCPD still have not tracked down the driver or the vehicle in Sunday's hit and run that involved a horse-drawn carriage. They are following up on some leads, some of which are coming from social media. One tip suggests that the vehicle involved may have been stolen. Surveillance video from cameras in the area is also being examined. If you happen to have any information, you're asked to call up Crime Stoppers. That number is 361-888-TIPS.
Investigators are still trying to determine what caused last week's fire in Rockport. According to Rockport Fire Department, 18 homes and 21 buildings were destroyed. Some fire crews are still at the scene putting out hot spots. 42 agencies, including area fire crews and AEP Texas, worked to fight the fire.
And students over at Del Mar College will now have access to health care on campus. The Medical Support Squad is a 40-foot mobile clinic with 2 exam rooms and a lab. It'll offer services like women's health screenings, lab work, prescriptions, and more. The clinic will visit each of Del Mar College's 3 campuses every month. Students can walk in or make appointments. College employees can also use the service with insurance.
Corpus Christi RTA will be offering a dedicated viewing area at the Buck Days Night Parade for neighbors with disabilities and their families. So the area will be marked along Leopard Street sidewalks near CCRTA's Staple Street Center. Wristbands are required for access. Space is limited, and neighbors with disabilities can reserve up to 6 wristbands by calling CCRTA customer service, and that number is 361-883-2287. And by the way, Chris 6 is your home for the Buck Days Night Parade. Brian and I are hosting the event, and you could watch both the stadium show and the night parade right here on Chris 6 and ChrisTV.com.
Are you ready to head up and out the door? Well, you'll find some clouds along the way. SPID looking a bit busy this hour and cloudy skies, so no golden hour sunrise for us from this view. But if you're making the trek, this is a view from the CCAC camera out at Snoopy's. It is beautiful out there with just one lone car heading up and over the JFK Causeway. So we'll take you to the maps now and show you how the ride is doing. 181 looking like a breeze from Portland into downtown Corpus Christi. You know what? All things considered, the traffic along the crosstown approaching the 37 interchange there, not that bad. Usually we have backups past Morgan. That's not the case today, so an easier ride. Around town from the Bay Area down to the south side, no trouble to report. Into the Bluff now, the approach to NAS Corpus Christi is looking pretty good, but things, they were acquired before. It looks like folks are taking a page out of Last Minute Lobbers book, and we're seeing some more activity on Waldron Road and Flower Bluff Drive. A little busy there. Even that cut across on Glen Oak looking a bit busy, so give yourself some extra time. The ride out to the island is a smooth one, so as you head out this morning, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe.
A stalled car caused a major crash here on SPID this weekend. I'm Michaela Chavez, your neighborhood news reporter on the south side. This incident had some wondering, what should you do if this happens to you?
It's a decision we make all the time, how we're going to get somewhere just based on traffic conditions, weather conditions, and things like that.
This was the scene on Sunday after a vehicle stalled on the westbound ramp of SPID near Weber. The two women got out and stood in front of the car when another car drove up the ramp and hit the car, throwing both women and leaving them seriously hurt. I spoke with Sergeant Rob Mallory with DPS about what you should do if you end up in a situation like this.
You want to remain calm so you can think through the problem that you're facing right now.
First things first, make yourself visible.
Activate your hazard lights. Now, every vehicle manufacturer is different, but you should know where your hazard lights are located. The red triangle, go ahead and press that button.
Next, here's where you have a few options. If you have a roadside emergency kit, use it with caution.
You know, if you have flares or the emergency triangles, if it's safe to set them out, the more visual signals you give to everyone else that you're in distress, the better you're going to be.
If you don't have one, you can stay in the vehicle or get out. If you stay in,
another good indicator is to pop your hood. You decide to wait inside the vehicle, put your seatbelt on.
And if traffic isn't too bad and you choose to get out, find an open shoulder that's far away.
You obviously don't want to be standing in front of your car or directly behind your car. You want to be off to the side as far away as you can be.
But no matter what you decide, call for help right away.
Use your cell phone to contact local law enforcement and let them know you're broken down, where you're at. Try to be as specific as possible. Give landmarks, address.
Sergeant Mallory says while these are all general tips, the most important thing is to be aware of your surroundings. On the south side, I'm your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter, Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 Sunrise.
Neighbors in Cal Allen have been dealing with low water pressure. I'm Tyrese Boone, your neighborhood news reporter, and I spoke with neighbors about these complaints and how the city will address this issue.
For Cal Allen residents like Marie Holder, having a good water pressure is a luxury. As she puts it,
it's really low. Really low.
She tells me she has been dealing with the problem of low water pressure for a while. City leaders hope to fix this issue for neighbors in Cal Allen by acquiring land off Northwest Boulevard and FM 1889 to install a water tank.
City leaders plan to make a vote on this decision on Tuesday. In Cal Allen, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tyrese Boone, Chris 6 News.
I'm Erin Holly, your Port Aransas neighborhood news reporter. The populations of waterbirds and ducks are in trouble.
Those are the sounds of birds people in Port Aransas often hear on any given day. But recently, they've noticed fewer water birds. According to this year's State of the Birds report from the North American Bird Conservation Initiative, Dr. Dale Govlick says the population of all shorebirds in North America has decreased. The report shows a 33% drop since 1980.
In Port Aransas, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Erin Holly, Chris 6 News.
All right, all of you Harry Potter fanatics, the Harry Potter franchise will soon be seen on the small screen. HBO announced some of the cast for the upcoming TV series based on the boy wizard. John Lithgow will be Albus Dumbledore, and Janet McTeer will be Professor McGonagall. Other actors include Nick Frost taking the role of Hagrid, while Papa Isildur will play Snape, Severus Snape. That's right, the show will be, quote, a true adaptation of the Harry Potter series. No word yet on when it will debut. Now that little caveat is super important because any of you nerds that may have read Harry Potter, myself included, know that, there is a lot that the movies actually left out because those books are just massive. There's so many nuances. So I'm really hoping that they just dive deep into it. I want 10 seasons.
Yeah,
Take it,
I'm
get
waiting
it all.
for it. I would like to brag because I was in first grade when I read all the books.
First
all
grade?
of them, yeah.
You don't have to date yourself like that. It's okay. I was Harry Potter's age. It's cool. Well, Brian's older than me, actually, so that makes me feel better. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
I had that realization, felt a lot better. So, you know what doesn't feel better? Going outside. Stay inside today, at least for the morning hours. Air you can wear. It's an AC, not team windows down kind of commute for the morning. So we are talking about some temperatures that are feeling pretty warm this morning. 60s for most, but 70s along the coast. All right, well, that didn't seem too bad, especially at 58 in Beeville. We're talking about how the humidity makes it feel out there. So we have still winds in many parts of the coastal bend. That makes all that air you could wear kind of just settle around you, and it doesn't really feel the greatest when you step up and out the door. But to keep in mind, our winds may be light and variable right now. They will pick up for the late morning hours, and we'll also see that gusty period for the ride home too. We're looking at gusts around 25 miles per hour between about 4 and 6 p.m. Kind of the usual. We expect this during April. It's our windiest month of the year on average here in Corpus Christi. So we tend to see those sustained winds around 14, 15 miles per hour, and those gusts can easily be 5 to 10 miles per hour more than that. So if you're going for a walk with your four-legged friend, maybe you're taking a pup out like Asher, who loves to walk along the beach. So I could see this is the bayfront here with the seawall and the mirador in the background. Well, that should be a pretty good one. We're going to have an east wind that gives you that onshore kind of breeze, and maybe that'll offer a little bit of relief. Temperatures will be just a hair cooler as a result, but we'll still be around 80 degrees by lunchtime with those winds starting to pick up by then, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. This morning, we're tracking a very weak cold front that is approaching the coastal bend. As it moves through, really not going to make a whole lot of difference. It will be a humid day regardless. That front doesn't change up, but our wind direction is going to be more due east as we head through today. Not that south-southeast that makes it warm and humid. We're going to focus on the humidity for today, and then by about Thursday evening into Fridays, we get that south-southeast wind. Overall, that means humidity is on the way, and I'm hoping we can hold on to the rain chances for Sunday into Monday. Remember yesterday that bar graph was way up here? Yeah, we still have to clarify some things before we get to that part of the forecast and feel confident about it. But we feel confident about the increasing wind and humidity. Temperatures are going to return to warmer than average conditions. Yep, warmer than we expect for this time of the year. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed for the rain chances over the weekend. I know we have plans for Easter egg hunts, all that. I still think that'll go off without a hitch, but I'm hoping we get some rainfall and, if nothing else, in the watershed.
Yeah, we need it. So.
Yeah, without a doubt. Thank you so much, Steph. Appreciate that. And we want to thank you all for joining us on Chris 6 Sunrise. Remember to do your taxes by tonight if you haven't, or file that extension. And we will see you at noon.
Yeah.
Have a great one, everyone.
Bye.